Welcome back to Creativerse. How about that? Yeah, that's right. I haven't forgotten it. Granted, I have not actually played much in a very long time. As a matter of fact, it was last December, in December of 2017, I guess, or 2018, whatever, December last year. Yeah, 2018. When I had a reason to back off of a number of things because I was doing too much, and Creativerse is one of the things I stepped away from. However, there is one thing that I have been doing, because Creativerse some time ago started doing this thing where they have bonus chests of items that you can, random chests of random items that you can accumulate when you log on. You log on, there can be up to 2 chests waiting, and a fresh one appears if there's a spot open. There's 2 spots. If one of them's empty, a fresh one will appear every 4 hours. And so since last December, I have been logging on to Creativerse anywhere from 1 to 6 times a day for this whole time. Plus, I've also every once in a while I would see something on Twitter, on their Twitter channel or whatever, that would be something to let me know that there was an additional promo code that I could get a hold of and use. So what I want to do right now is, you see all of this. This is the number of log-on chests that I have accumulated, and it is a lot. And I'm thinking that it's long overdue for me to do something about clearing it out. So I have a fresh empty arc chest. It's got 45 slot capacity, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through this thing and claim all of these boogers and load them all into the inventory, and then I will drop them into that Arctech chest later. So I am going to be reasonable, however, in that I'm not going to do this all on camera, because this, I expect, is going to take me a while. I will check in when it's finished. All right, and I'm back. Oh boy, let me tell you something. When you've got literally hundreds, perhaps 1,000 or more of these bundles in here, oh man, it takes for freaking ever to clear them all out. The lesson I learned here is don't ever accumulate, well, what is it, 10 months worth of those things? And like I said, I've been starting this thing up anywhere from 1 to 6 times a day, with the average being 3 and 4, to collect those login chests. And I just, well, allowing for the fact that I did take several breaks, the actual time it took me to do this is probably in the neighborhood of a little over 4 hours. I'd say at least. Because, oh, wow. When I first started, and you probably noticed this in the last clip, is there was so much stuff in there that it took several seconds for each one for the thing to update so that I could successfully click it. And that didn't start getting better until, well, the scroll bar that appeared on the side, you may recall that when I first started, it was a little tiny green dot up here. It didn't start getting to where it was updating fast enough to not have that, oops, I failed to redeem this or whatever, or failed to claim it message, until the thing got down to where it was from here to there, until it got that long. At that point, I was able to start going a little faster, but oh wow, what a pain. Anyway, here is the results. These two chests of what I collected out of all that. Now, I had all those login bundles. I also had a number of bundles that I collected from, well, when Creativerse does a live stream, they almost always have a giveaway code that they put up on that live stream. And I gathered up quite a few of them. Well, let's see. There's Eagle Storms 13 Mod Rat or whatever that is, Node Rat. What, I don't know. Another, it's gonna be my, what, I don't know. But bundles of stuff. And so I ended up with an assortment of potions and whatnot. But I hit the jackpot with advanced health potions. There are very nearly 6,000 of those things in here. That's stacks of 999 and another stack with 336. That's a lot of advanced health potions. And then down here, super extractors. That's that's well over 5,000 of them. Over 1,800, oh, well, 98, yes, over 1,700 arc stones. Well over about like 1,000 explosive bombs. And some trog traps and some haunted idols and a mess of flares, like 550 of them, and all sorts of stuff in here. And that's just this side. Now if we go over to this chest, this is where a lot more of these bundles ended up landing, and so on. And there is all sorts of stuff in here. Some recipes that I never haven't yet redeemed because they were in the bundles. And all sorts of stuff. So this is cool. But definitely, you do not want to just let these things pile up to where you've got thousands of them in your inventory, because you will spend 6 to 8 hours, well, 4 to 6 or 8 hours, or a long time getting those things up, getting them claimed and whatnot. So if I continue grabbing the login chests, and I can't help it, they're free, so I'm going to grab them, you know? So I'll end up probably continuing to do it, but I'm going to make it a point to actually claim them every week or two. And let's see, okay. This is the extractors I had to start with. There's over 4,000 of them right there. So, yeah, super extractors are going to be my default way of doing things for the foreseeable future. I notice a little bit of lag spiking going on here, but now, anyway. In the meanwhile, I thought it might be an idea to review a little bit of what I have done in the past here. Let's see. This place, which I should have just dropped down here. This was something I built to house a machine that I found a tutorial that showed how to make it, the tarinator. Basically, you get tar flowing in there and throw a freeze bomb in there in the middle, right dead ahead here a few blocks, and it turns the whole thing into coal. And then you have the option of pulling a few of these coal blocks out, throwing fire bombs in there, and turning the whole mess into diamond. Yeah. And there's just the logic and whatnot for the tar mechanism. And it seems okay. Some glass missing, and that might be some stuff missing there. I don't know. Maybe I have to put some glass in there to close that space up. I didn't realize I'd left something like that open. Oh well, anyway, so there's the tarinator structure. It's mostly automated. You got, I'm going to actually have to look up how it works, because I haven't used it in so long. One of my last larger projects was this place, the Hall of Unfortunate Demise, with diamond columns and the fancy diamond glass stuff around the door, another automated door, and what I have here is basically a mausoleum, crypt, what have you, with diamond pedestals for each of these death statues. Every one of them that I have earned so far playing this game. Which there's a fair amount of, but I think I maybe need to expand this building and move the back wall that way and make it a little bigger. It's the idea is to just keep expanding it so that there's always a place to put new death statues. So yeah. Let's see. Yeah, that's a reasonably nice. I like that. Yeah, I'm kind of proud of that place, especially the way the front looks, and around the doorway with the what is those torches? Medieval torches. Yeah, that looked pretty good. Now over here, this was built with when the industrial blocks came out, and the idea here, this is a housing for an ice machine, a big ice machine, and I'm not going to try to use it right now because, as I recall, it has a habit of the what you call it's back there, losing the water blocks stored in them. So I'm not going to mess with that right now. And then, of course, here is yon space age looking pet barn. And somewhere along the line, I seem to have lost some of this shredded leaves here in this place. But I've got a fair amount, a good number of these chisered things, of the regular and the frozen variety. These guys, some of this stuff, a couple of these flaming rats and so on, and looks like about 6, 7, 8, 7 of these keepa things. Yeah, that's what they are. Anyway, and there's a couple of those flaming worms in an underground spot that I've got a teleporter set up to go to. And what I think, if I remember right, my idea was to take this roadway, bring it down here in front of this, and along here and down this way, and have these street lights, lamp posts, what have you, along the road to keep the place illuminated. And then one of the things that I had started recently, well, not recently, in one of the last episodes, how about that? One of the prior episodes was I started working on this place with the idea of it being a warehouse or something like that, with a kind of a library look to it, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, so I've got stuff to work on, and I'm going to say right now, I am not promising any serious kind of regularity with Creativerse content. I will do something with it occasionally, and that's the best I'm even going to think about promising. And, well, I probably do most of what I'm going to do with it off camera, and then put together an episode every now and then to show what I've been doing and new ideas that I have coming up. And maybe, just maybe, this world will actually start to look like I've done some serious amount of stuff in it. And so on. So, well, let's see, what else have I got up? I got stuff up here. I set this place up and called it the Nexus because I've got a bunch of teleporters here. Undiscovered country, that's where, okay, undiscovered country. If I take the map, zoom it out, the teleporter will go to, this teleporter goes to probably around here, the last place I left off when I was walking around, or traveling around the edge here, with the idea of eventually uncovering all of this fog of war stuff. Yeah. So, I might get back to that sometime, too. Oh, come on. Teleporters going to assorted mining areas, off to a desert. My event platform, spawner area, and then of course there is the all mob spawner, which I don't remember the name of the guy who came up with the blueprint for it. I just built the blueprint. I didn't invent the thing or anything, but it's a pretty good little spawner thing. At least it was. Stuff spawns all over the place, ends up walking into the teleporters and coming up here to drown in 2-block deep corrupted water. Yeah. Yeah. And I can just do that to collect all the loot stuff. Let's see. Stop it. Yeah. Good, healthy bunch of stuff. I'm just going to throw all of this in there for right now. I'm really not needing any of this stuff at the moment. Yeah, okay. Let's get out of here. It's noisy. Anyway, yeah. So there's that place. And the event platform was a place that I built out in the ocean. It's a nice, large, claim-sized area. specifically for dealing with things like the Halloween and Christmas events and stuff like that, which I don't think I'm going to bother with either of them this year. They are very grindy, intense kind of things, and I don't want to mess with that right now. So, anyway, more Creativerse coming in the future. How far in the future and how frequently, I cannot begin to guess, but it's there, it's coming, it will happen. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I am out of here.